Hello everyone, wouldn't that just make such a beautiful watercolour painting? It's a grey day today, but the sky is beautiful. I've got some bacon sizzling in the pan for my lunch, and it's a very late lunch at 3 in the afternoon. But I'm having a look through this book, and I got it at a little free library. We have one local to us, which is just like a street away from us, and we donate there a lot. But this one caught my eye because it was really colourful and really vibrant. We will probably donate it back again. But I think it's really good to just have a flick through nice, colourful books and nice, colourful magazines because it's kind of like the dopamine rush rather than just looking at your phone for hours and scrolling shorts or watching YouTube for hours. Looking through a book or a magazine, you get the visual stimulation and you get the, oh, look at that. But once the book is done, it's done and it's not straining your eyes kind of thing. But there were some really good recipes in there. The cherry and berry tart looks delicious, and caramel shortbread is my absolute favourite. I've been doing a lot of painting recently and I've been learning watercolours, and I have absolutely no experience at all. So I've been basically doing this kit which is like paint by numbers, but it doesn't have the numbers, it's just the outlines. And the one that I've got is an underwater themed one. And today's one, as you can see, it's one of those fighting fish. I can't remember what the name is, I'll have to write it on screen, but I know they're really territorial and they can be a bit naughty and fight each other, so they have to be kept separately. But I decided to just go for as many vibrant colours as possible, and I'm kind of getting used to mixing colours, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know about shading, I don't know about depth, I don't know anything. I have no experience at all, apart from this little set that I've been doing. But I'm just trying my best, and it's not about things being perfect, it's about enjoyment and experimenting for me. And I think if you enjoy something, you don't have to have this amazing Picasso, you don't have to have this absolute masterpiece. But the masterpiece is that you've enjoyed it and you've relaxed for a couple of hours. So that's how I've been treating this experiment of learning painting. Here you can see I'm just about finishing the painting, and I mean, don't expect some amazing masterpiece, but this is it pretty much done, and I'm happy with how it came out. I'm happy with all of the colours and the vibrancy of it, and I really tried my hardest at doing the little lines on the fish. And I thought, now that I've finished the sixth and final painting in the set, I would show you all of them together so that you can see the final results. This is the little reference sheet that came with it, and obviously they're all underwater themed. But it was really fun to do, and I did really enjoy it, and I've learnt some things along the way. This was my first one, the little seahorse, and I really enjoyed doing this one. I was quite happy with how it turned out and all the colours and everything. This one is a little coral reef, and I tried to just go for as many vibrant, happy colours as possible, and I was just kind of experimenting with shading and things like that and trying to blend the colours because I literally have no idea. This one, I dislike it so much, I've already thrown it away. I was trying to go for murky water, but it just didn't work, and I didn't like how it turned out. But I mean, you learn, don't you, and you don't have to love everything. I like this little one, but I couldn't decide which way up it went, but I think it goes this way up, and I quite like how it turned out and all of the colours and everything. But I mean, you just learn and like you experiment with things, and then you expand your knowledge. This one's okay, I'm not in love with it, and I think it could have had better shading and better blending and more vibrant colours, but I struggled because it was just one big surface area, so I didn't really know how to make it look 3D. But this one I love so much, and I think it's probably my favourite. I really love the colours on this one, and I'm happy with how the fish turned out as well. So this little clip is just basically me putting all of them next to each other, and if you have any ideas of what to do with them, please let me know, because they're too big to fit in my journal. I have a little commonplace journal and the pages are slightly too big and I don't want to cut them. But if you have any ideas what to do, as I say, the jellyfish has now left the building and has gone to the recycling. But all of the others, I've kept them, but I just need somewhere to store them. And yeah, I just liked the set. It's very colourful and very happy and very pretty. My next activity for today is I would like to update my sewing journal. This is basically all done with embroidery, and I keep little images of memories from throughout our year. So for example, in June we were feeding some crows in the woods on one of the weekend days, and we've got, in February we went to a board game cafe with my dad and had some pizza. But a couple of days ago we went to the woods, and I've just done in heat erasable pen the little outline of a thistle and a butterfly, a ladybird and a bee. And I also want to do a camera. I'm undecided about a blackberry yet. We were picking blackberries in the forest because there are loads. But the reason that I would like to do this, I'm going to show you some clips, and it is absolutely just magnificent. About 20 seconds away from where we live, we're very lucky to be by a lovely forest, and it's one of the UK's last remaining ancient woodlands. There's a big patch of wild thistle in there, and obviously most people just say, oh, that's a weed or it's an invasive plant or whatever, you know. But it's really beautiful, and I took a few clips because we were in there picking blackberries, and that's why I'm going to do a blackberry on the sewing journal as well. But I noticed how many insects were attracted to this big patch of thistle, and it was just fantastic. There were hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of bees, so many types of insects. And see what you can see in the clips, like literally play a game of Where's Wally or Where's Waldo and see how many insects you can see, because I saw a few different types of bees, bumblebees, I don't know what the other type is, let me know if you know, and butterflies, multiple varieties, ladybirds, and a very strange insect with a big thing on its back, which I don't know what that is either. But it really was magnificent. And it's a good reminder of how important nature is for the insect population. So please leave your wildflowers and weeds in the garden, because honestly, there were so many little creatures. It's just under 2 hours later, and I've just finished my little section for July. I changed the original design just so that it had more space, but I'll try and show you as close as possible so you can see. But just to give you a scale of how big it is, this is my little finger. This is literally my pinky finger, so it's very, very tiny, so it's hard to get good detail on. But I started out with the little thistle, and I decided to do a turkey stitch so that it looks like it's got some tufty bits on the top, because I was trying to replicate what the thistle flower actually looks like. And then with the blackberry I did French knots, the same as you can see the raspberry over here. Originally I did have it more of that shape, and then I thought it doesn't look blackberry enough, so I pulled it up a bit. I just did a stitch at the bottom and then pulled all the French knots up to the top so that it has a more blackberry shape, which I'm quite happy with how it came out. And then I just did the little insects as well, and I added on 2 little hearts just to fill in that little gap because it looked a little bit blank. But I also thought they could double up as butterflies flying towards the flower. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how it turned out, and it was a lot of concentration. It was just under 2 hours of sewing. I thought I would do a page in my commonplace journal today, because my dad bought me a really nice watercolour set, which I will show you. Because I've been doing the other set with the designs on, he got me my very own watercolours, which, let me just take the lid off. It's got a little reference sheet of all of the colours, and then it's got so many beautiful colours, which just look at how lovely that is. So what I've been doing, last night I stayed up really late and I basically researched beginners tips and tricks to watercolours, because I want to try my own one without any designs. So in my commonplace book I basically write down anything that I'm interested in. So for example, there's a page on frogs, or there's a page on sea slugs, and it's just things research that I'm interested in, and I can refer back to it. And I've got little things like sun prints, and then I've got doodles and things like that in here. But yeah, I thought I would do a page because I did a good couple of hours research on tips and tricks of how to make the watercolours work best for a beginner kind of thing. I ended my day by reading the Happy News, and it's basically a subscription newspaper that you receive quarterly, and it's all focused on happy, positive news stories from around the world. There is no negative stuff at all. And this is actually my first copy of getting it. I received the copy in June, and I've only just got round to looking at it. But it's really colourful and really vibrant, and lots of bright images. There was a few puzzles in there, there's some colouring pages, and there was just lots of happy, positive stories. This particular issue was based on the idea of creativity and what does creativity mean to people. But I particularly enjoyed all of the animal stories because I absolutely love animals so much. So there was one about rhinos being back in the wild in Uganda, and there was a really good story about an extinct tortoiseshell butterfly has resurfaced in England. And then there was a really nice story about some snails which had been bred at one of the zoos and then repopulated on their native islands. But they're all just feel-good stories, and so far my review of the newspaper is it's worth having. And once I'd finished with it, we went out for a walk, and I put it in the little free book box where I got the other cookbook from. I wanted to end this video by reading you what's on the back of the newspaper. I thought it was really sweet, and I thought it's a good reminder of how much good there is in the world. It says, most people are good. Most people kiss their pets goodbye and read just one more bedtime story to their children. Most people visit their grandparents even when they have no time and stop by to check on quiet friends after a long day. Most people return their shopping trolleys despite being already late and let someone with only one item jump to the front of a queue. Most people give money when money is scarce, and most people worry about people they don't even know day in, day out. When the world seems bad, remember most people are good.